this is Cheryl speaking.
Miss Uzamere?
Yeah, this is she.
Yes, hi, this is Seminerio. I'm calling about your hearing schedule for 1:30.
Yes, hi, Mr. Seminerio. I'm sorry?
I'm going to put you on hold while I get the agency representative on.
Not a problem. Hello?
Okay, yes, I should have Miss Uzamere and Miss Gabrielle on the line, yes?
Yes, I'm here. I just have to go into the calendar now.
Sure, Miss Uzamere, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. And what is the person's name
All right,
that just spoke?
this is Stephanie Gabrielle from HRA.
Stephanie Gabrielle, all right.
Oh. All right. So we're scheduled for a hearing today, February 11, 2021. The time is now 1:31. My name is Frank Seminerio. I'm the administrative law judge assigned to preside over this matter from OTDA. So just bear with me for a second. Now, we are here today. It's my understanding that this is to deal with, this is an emergency assistance matter involving a one-shot deal. Ms. Uzamere, is that what you requested this particular hearing?
All right. What I asked the last time that I spoke with you was I wanted to consolidate both of the cases. That's what I asked. One case is, the first one was regarding JASA. I got a visit from JASA. I don't know why I got the visit, but the determination that they rendered was wrong. Was partially wrong. The determination that they rendered was that I'm not eligible for services, which I'm not, but they said that I'm not eligible for services because I had somebody that was taking care of me, which is not true. If you check JASA's records don't reflect that I have anyone taking care of me. I take care of myself. I'm a notary. I have 4 computers in my house. I pay my own bills, and except for the instance where I wasn't able to pay because I got cut off of the city program where I was making some extra money to pay for some extra bills, I'm self-sufficient. And the decision that JASA rendered had me appear as though someone was taking care of me, and that decision is wrong. That I'm ineligible is correct. That I'm ineligible because somebody else is taking care of me is wrong. That's the first one. The second one has to do with the one-shot deal. Now, the one-shot deal that I asked for was $1,524.60 because that's how much that I owed New York City Housing. The one-shot deal that they paid was over $2,000, which I didn't request. Now, I'm not going to turn around and say that I'm not going to take the money. Of course I did, but that's not what I asked for. What I asked for was $1,524.60. According to the rules that are set out in I read your a lot of case law, but according to the rules that set out by
may I interrupt you for a moment, because you're already you're making your legal arguments at that point, which I appreciate, but we're not at that point yet.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. In any case, you're right. Housing gave me HRA gave me $516 more than what I'm asking. And the thing is, I've asked for spousal support for 41 years. Now, if if HRA has extra money to give me, why should they limit it to $516? Why don't they just give me the spousal support? And if they can't give me the spousal support, then they should not have volunteered the extra $516 because I didn't ask for it. The papers I received from New York City Housing Authority clearly stated that I owed $1,524.60. I don't know why they gave me $516 extra. I didn't ask for it, and I didn't ask for it. Yeah.
So you requested this hearing on the basis that they gave you too much money?
I'm requesting the hearing based upon the fact that they gave me, that I asked for spousal support. What HRA is supposed to do before they, because I get medical assistance and I get SSI. Both of those are forms of public assistance, and according to the rules, before I get that money, I was supposed to get spousal support. And in the 41 years that I've asked for spousal support, the state has never allowed me to get it. So to give me an extra $516 that I never asked for doesn't make any sense. What I asked for was spousal support. My husband is a millionaire. Why should I settle for $516 that either he or I have to pay back when they can just get me spousal support and I don't have to pay anybody back?
Mr. Here, you understand that this is not a court that would handle spousal matters related to support and things of that nature, right?
Sir, if I'm receiving Medicaid, which I do, before I get Medicaid, I'm supposed to apply for spousal support. That's New York State law.
Okay. I'm going to continue with my opening statement. Thank you for that clarification, ma'am. As I said, I've been designated by the Commissioner to conduct this hearing. The hearing will be conducted in the following manner. Each side will present its case through testimony and introduction of documents. Each side will have an opportunity to question the other side. Upon completing the hearing, the record will be sent to Albany, where the Commissioner will render his or her decision. If you ask the agency for any documents from the case record or documents, the agency will submit after this hearing. And the agency fails to provide them, or you ask for policy assurances and manuals to prepare for this hearing, and the agency did not make them available, bring this to attention. And if I've ever dealt with your case except as a hearing officer, if I have any interest which makes me no longer independent, or if I display bias or partiality to a party at this hearing, you have the right to ask that a different hearing officer be assigned to this case. So, with that said,
Hello? Oh.
Yes, 1 minute.
All right, sorry.
Okay, with that said, Ms. Gabrielle, you can...
Yes, Judge. Okay, so Judge, we came prepared. The issue we got was that the appellant had an issue with the notice that she got in which the rent was approved. So there was really no issue for us. We were told that she had an issue, but the issue is we approved the rent for her. We did not come prepared to discuss anything else more than to let her know that the agency paid the rent. If she doesn't want the extra $500, she can send it right back to the agency. But there is nothing else that we can do. She requested rent arrears. We paid the rent arrears. She said we gave her extra $500. If she doesn't want it, she can send it back.
Can you go through, just so the record's clear, how you came to the number that you came to in terms of how much you give her?
Okay, let me see if I could get Bear with me. Let me just go back. Okay, so I see on 12/23, according to the notes, she applied for one schedule for rental assistance. She's receiving SSI. She's receiving SSI, or she's also, I think, receiving SSB.
That's right.
Applicant reported rent arrears of $1,506 from October 2020 to December 2020, which is October, November, and December. Applicant stated that she made payment of $500 for the month of December. Let's see, I want to get to the point where we paid the rent. So we paid through January. That's what we did. We paid the rent arrears for October, November, December, and January, because that's the way the agency does it. When a client comes in and asks for rent arrears, that month that we are paying the rent, if the appellant doesn't pay that month, we will pay it. And so we paid October, November, and December, and January.
Ms. Uzamere, if you don't want the extra months of rent, why don't you just send it back?
All right. Now, where federal law is concerned, and I'd like to read the federal law to you, it's going to be recouped from me. They made me sign something that says that I have to pay it back. So even if I don't send it back now, if push comes to shove and I come into any money, I have to pay that back. So it's not an issue that I can't pay it back now. At some point, they're going to make me pay it.
Yeah.
It's not, excuse me, it's not a debt. Miss, I didn't interrupt you, miss. When you spoke, I didn't interrupt you. When you spoke, I did not interrupt you.
Mr. Abiel, don't interrupt. But that's what I was saying, Ms. Uzamere, is that if they're going to recoup it now or later and you don't want it, send it back now.
It's not an issue that I don't want it. It's an issue that I have to pay it back. Even if I can't pay it back now, I have to pay it back. I signed a piece of paper that says I have to pay it back. It's not a matter that I don't want it. I have to pay it back. Federal law requires it, which means that you all have saddled me with a debt that I did not ask for. It's facetious for you all to say, send the money back. I can't send it back now, but at some point, they're going to make me pay it back because I signed.
Why can't you send it back now?
Because I don't have it now.
Where did it go?
Okay, sir, not relevant. I don't have it now. You all, had you not paid it, I would have still been able to pay my rent. I would have still been able to pay it, but I didn't ask for it. The other point I'm trying to make is because for the past, now 41 years, I've asked for spousal support. You all were supposed to, if a person applies for public assistance, any form of public assistance, whether it's Medicaid, well, food stamps isn't included, whether it's Medicaid or something like SSI. SSI is a form of public assistance. The first thing that's supposed to happen before the person is found eligible, they're supposed to make an attempt to see if they can receive spousal support. Why hasn't the Department of Social Service, why hasn't your agency and HRA never provided me with spousal support? I've been asking for it for the past 41 years. Why should I be living in poverty when I have a husband that's a millionaire? My husband has a mansion in Powder Springs, Georgia. The address is 2813 Lost Lake Way. Why should I be living this way if I can get spousal support? Why should I settle for debt? You all have saddled me with debt when all I've asked for was spousal support, and I never got it.
All right, Mr. Abiel, that the agency's evidence packet, that's 100 and something pages here. as I indicated to you at the outset of this hearing, this is not the forum to deal with this.
I know it's not, sir. The forum to do it is federal court, and my federal lawsuit is almost finished. All I'm doing now is collecting evidence. You all receive money as a result of the Social Security Act. The Social Security Act 451, 452, 454, 455, 456, 464, 507 and 508. Based upon those subparagraphs, you all were supposed to provide spousal support services, and you never did, and now we're in year 42. You've saddled me with debt when my husband's out there with property. I'm still asking for spousal support. Now I'm 62 years old, and you sent me an extra $516, which I have to pay back when I have a husband out there with money. So you're right, this is not the forum for it, but federal court is. And all I'm doing now is collecting evidence. This conversation is being taped, and I'm uploading it to YouTube. There you go. There you go. This conversation is being videotaped. By the end of the day, I'll send you the link. You all were supposed to get spousal support for me. My husband's a millionaire. Why am I living poor?
This is Ehigie Edobor, right? And this, let me say for the record, the only recording that's legally permitted to be made is the recording by
New York State is a one-party state. I do not need permission to record. I am a legal head. I do not need permission to record in the state of New York. Sir, it's your choice. You either talk or hang up is your choice.
OTDA's regulations. I am the only party. I am the only individual who's permitted to make a recording of this matter. Any recording are not permitted.
This is my house.
Look at our regulation.
Okay, sir.
Now,
you do what you feel you need to do.
The agency's 156-page packet marked and admitted as Exhibit 1. Mr. Uzamere, is there anything else you wanted to add to the record before I conclude this hearing today, or any questions you have of Ms. Gabrielle?
What questions? Why hasn't the state saddled me with debt when you all were supposed to apply? And yes, not a question, a statement. I want to go to right now I'm in my computer, and I want to go to, there's a place where I stored, yes, New York State OTD hearings. The last number on this case is 264Q. The name of the case is in the matter of appeal. It's from the Erie Public Assistance, and what I wanted to do was read what the law says. Hello, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. This is what the law says. And this is 7 CFR is the Code of Federal Regulations 7, Title 7 Code of Federal Regulations 273.12a, and Title 18 of New York Codes, Rules, and Regulations, subsection 318.17e1 and 3, with respect to medical assistance, regulations at 18 NYS-OTDA 360-14H provides as follows. Legally responsible relative means a person who is legally responsible for the support and care of one or more relatives. And number one is a spouse that I have, not divorced, not even legally separated. Now, what I also wanted to do is read you 47 new. Okay, let me look up. Let me read you what 47 says. All right, didn't find that. 40. Let me look at the word hold on. EARS. Sorry. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, no, this is what this says. Here it is. Page 2, the case that I'm talking about is FH 7471264Q. The social service agency involved is Erie County. And in paragraph 6 it says, by fax letter dated November 10th, 2016, the AR provided the agency with an address, phone number, and birth date for the appellant's spouse and listed a series of 7 attempts to communicate with the appellant's spouse from October 7, 2016 through November 10, 2016. The fax letter noted in relevant part that on October 17, 2016, the AR spoke with the appellant's spouse and noted she verified that she had been estranged from the appellant for over 47 years. Now, this is the decision that was determined in this case. Okay? In light of the foregoing, the agency's determination must be sustained, although the record supports the appellant's testimony that the appellant and his spouse have been estranged for more than 45 years. There is no dispute that the appellant and his spouse are still legally married. There are no provisions in the regulations to authorize institutional medical coverage to an applicant when an applicant's legal spouse refuses to cooperate with verification requirements. I have a husband. He's a millionaire. I don't want your paltry $516. I want my husband's money. For the past 41 years, going on now 42, you all haven't provided it. You have stuck me with another debt. By the time I die, I won't have anything left for my children. And if there's anything owed, you all are going to snatch it from my husband. You all are dirty. And this conversation is being taped. And not audio tape. It's being videotaped. I should never live poor. My husband's an architect, and I demanded spousal support, and you never helped me. What you did was facetious and say, send the money back. I can't send it back now, but y'all are going to get the money back some sort of way when I didn't ask for it. What I asked for, spousal support. I didn't ask for. The money I asked for was the $1,524 because in by the 8th of January 2021, on December 31st of 2020, I paid the rent for January. So I had no way of knowing that you all were even going to prepare, send an extra $516. According to the rules that I read, even before I pay the money, I have to show that I can pay future rent. That's what I did. If you all have extra money to pay out, what you need to do is send me an extra $100 million instead of your paltry $516. All y'all gonna do now is keep me poor and take my husband's stuff and leave me and my kids with nothing, which is what you all have done for the past 41 years. That's why I'm dragging you all into federal court. My lawsuit's almost finished, and that's why I'm videotaping this conversation. You need to check your records. My case, when I was on welfare, my case number was 4056529 Suffix 1. I applied for public assistance sometime in May or June. I started receiving it in August of 1980. I've been asking for your help since 1980, and you all ain't never helped me. Now you want to turn around and tell me to send back $516. You all are going to get your money back. If I don't get it now, you don't get it now, you're going to get it later. When all I've asked for the past 41 years is spousal support. My husband's a millionaire. Why didn't you get it?
All right, thank you, Mr. Uzamere.
You're welcome.
Ms. Gabrielle, was there anything else you wanted to add to the record today before we conclude the
No,
hearing?
Judge, that's it. That's it, Judge. Thank you.
All right. And I've heard everything I need to hear today, so thank you all.
Okay, excuse me, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes,
also, the issue regarding it was supposed to be heard today because I asked for it to be consolidated regarding JASA. When JASA said what JASA did, JASA sent over an individual based upon my not being able to pay the rent. What JASA's plan was, I believe, was to either hospitalize me because of my problems with my rent, or to do something that would curtail my activities. The one thing that JASA didn't do, They made no attempt to help me get spousal support. Same thing. They made no attempt to help me get spousal support. They tried to make a financial situation into a mental health problem when all that I've needed for the past 41 years is spousal support. And you all want to say I'm crazy. You want to come up with a whole lot of things to say I have a mental illness problem when the problem is I'm broke. You all received money from the Administration for Children and Families, from it's a division of the United States Department of Health and Human Services, and you all have received those monies for over 40 years, and the only thing your people have done was place my children and me in institutions where the people running those institutions, the Ashkenazi Jews, they got fat, they got big checks off my children's misery and the state's violation of federal law regarding providing spousal support and child support services, and they did it based upon New York State, New York City clerks' offices falsifying identification regarding my husband's ID. Y'all done screwed up, so whatever decision you make, that decision is going into federal court, and my lawsuit is almost finished. Now I'm done. And I'm uploading this to the internet. I'll send you the link when it's done.
May I speak now?
Sure.
Thank you. All right. And as this is not, I understand, I know you have a separate hearing involving that JASA issue, and you and I spoke about that when that hearing was scheduled last week. And as I indicated to you at that time, and I'll indicate again at this time, is pursuant to our agency regulations, the request to consolidate the two fair hearings is not appropriate.
Then when is the JASA case going to be heard? Because you all didn't make a decision on that case.
Well, it was adjourned at your request.
Mm-hmm.
It will be rescheduled, and when the new scheduling date comes, you'll get a new date and time in the mail. I don't participate in the scheduling of hearings, but you will get notice in the mail.
All right, not a problem. At this point, I'm not really stressed that it wasn't heard today, because the facts, I was able to talk about it today, and the facts are not going to change if it's heard another month from now. The facts will stay the same because the situation is as it is. JASA came over to my house. They sent a number of people to my house for nothing more than to use my financial situation as proof that I'm not able to manage my money, something that, whether it's true or not, is not relevant, because the first thing that JASA was supposed to do was to help me get spousal support, and they didn't, just like the state hasn't done for the past 41 years.
All right. Thank you all for being here today. Ms. Uzamere, you'll be getting my decision in the mail on this case in the near future. So have a nice day, everybody.
Same to you.
Bye.